Bob's busted. Welcome back to Lady Babylon. This is a special night tonight on Initiating Apocalypse. We've got some busting to do. That's why we've invited Cosmic Police. I appreciate everybody's attendance tonight. Tonight is a night of victory and celebration, and I want everybody to be able to partake in this celebration because you make me small. You have earned it. Let's see Chewy's backgrounds. Don't you love it? Love it, Chewy. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, Teddy Bass. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We're going to bust a new one out for next week. Fantastic. What are we looking at tonight? We're looking at the case of, oh, God. People, let's just talk about it. I just want to be straight up with you tonight and just, you're the congregation. You've been through all of this. And it just, it's almost like I owe this to you for having my back when I was out there. Thank you. Thank you. Right? We're not talking about time. It's all relative, right? Fantastic. What was beautiful, what was absolutely beautiful is the level of freedom that can be achieved. It's registered people on the meters, and people have noticed. What is this man talking about? Listen, I'm trying to tell you. I just want to say a few things. I want to bring you a glimpse tonight of hope. And I know that I never do that, right? I never do. But there's a reason. When the darkness is rolled back, there is a reason for us to honor the dead who have given us the strength to bring the dawn. This is absolutely gorgeous, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being there and being part of the audience. And watching the heroism of Danny Iron Jones. Yeah, Iron Danny. The ability, people, for us to play our punk music, is granted to us by those who fight for freedom. For freedom. I want people to realize that some of the things that were said in this threesome between Danny and myself and Bob, some of the things that were said were, just downright insulting. Right? Some of it was instructive, but it was a lot of insulting stuff. And I just want to remind you, as you sit there, what we just did could not have been done in many, many centuries. Right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be standing here. I wouldn't be standing here with my Satan's papal crown. I wouldn't be standing here with it. I would be burning. I would be burning, and so would you. As a matter of fact, satanic congregation, I don't mean to be so somber, but satanic congregation, you need to know that the same insults, the same assaults that are pointed at me hit you this time. Right? Do you see how your participation has become known? Who you are as a group is known. Do you know why? Because you stood there with me. I told you when I was going, I told you, you'll be there right with me. Right? Thanks to the tech and the way it's produced and released, you can go there now and respond in time for people to see as this thing happens. And what is this thing? This is the beginning of the rollback. This is where the tide turns. I feel it in your responses. And I feel the responsibility to do you right. I want to do you right. So as we have been honest with each other thus far, it is that much more critical that we continue to insist, my beloved congregation, on honesty. There's much dishonesty. Let's look at some comments, people. What are people saying? By the way, run, Bob. Yes, I like that. I like that. Everybody's ready for this, right? I hope, by the way, we've gotten great news somewhere shortly in the future. Our drive will be updated. Fantastic. We're going to get a fantastic speed here going. And when we do, we're bringing hell with us, aren't we? Yes, we are. Isn't that right, Chewy? Give me the first source, the first comment. I want people to bounce back. By the way, satanic congregation, wake up. Wake up. I need you to respond to this as well. Here is Angelia, right? Praise be Danny's gentle parenting skills that allowed this absolute gem of a bout to happen for 45 minutes. The good fight was fought and the devil won. Thank you. Right? Angelia or Angelia, either one, right? I'm sure maybe there's even a different pronunciation. But that's a wonderful comment. Get that off there for now. What are you doing, Chewy? Look what you're doing. Yeah, Mr. Bensky has made a great point, people. Congratulations and thank you to Danny Jones. What a, can you believe he squeezed 55 minutes out of that encounter? Oh my God. I was waiting. Oh, give me the next one. Let's look at it. Cataclysmic, people. As soon as the physics are right, boom, right through time and space. Here's Lillian Kamal. Fantastic. I have heard he charges something like, $295. Okay. All right. Kind of a low blow, but it's the reality. You know, Lillian's all about nemesis, right? So she's getting the actual counting here. $295 for an exorcism. I don't know about that. I don't know. Would you pay? Would you pay, people? Can you imagine? Why is it $295 and not $666? Wouldn't that make more sense? Come on, Bob. For an exorcism, he claims he has done 50,000 times. Right, that's a huge amount of money. Yet, this is why the comment I thought was nice. Yet, Lady Babylon is not monetized. People, I know that you are recognizing this. One of the deals, and I'll just explain to anybody who hasn't heard it yet, my contract with the devil stipulates that I may not make money off of Lady Babylon. It specifically states that my income must be earned by the sweat of teaching my Greek. Do you understand? So Lady Babylon is not right to be prostituted. And look, Lillian recognized that. Fantastic. Give me another comment, and then we'll go to a clip. Let's go to a comment and then a clip. So, oh my God. Here's, Desiree Lynn. Does Bob not understand that Almond wanted to debate the Bible? Yeah, Desiree. For some reason, Bob didn't. Bob was the one who stuck in his story that he was passing judgment on which he doesn't have the right to do. I would go as far as to say I heard Almond agree with a lot of Bob's facts and points, but Bob was unwilling to even listen to anything Almond had to say. Bob didn't answer any questions. Right, people? This is part of the problem. Once you open these people up, there's no defense. There's no dodging. It's like their life flashes in front of their eyes. What am I talking about? Danny Jones has in his possession the most powerful weapon. It's going to cut through. It is nuclear to the extent of burning through any type of bullshit. Do you understand me? So remember, people, we've been outside in the alleyway. People have been trying to do things to us, right? We don't like this, right? Welcome to 2025. Exactly. You know what I mean? So here's what's here's what bothers me. What about the Christ? Bob didn't want to talk about the Christ. Almond never cut Bob down, and Almond was told he was not a real expert. It was on his craft. Yeah, it was right. It's funny when they don't even know what the art is. That's what's funny. Bob, you made the church look just the way it's always been, right? A joke and a control tool. I believe there's truth in all religions, but once you can hold one is truth, you just another call. Yeah, take your money, called later. Right? Listen to what you're hearing, people, from Desiree and others like Desiree. Can you hear the voice of raw, pure justice? A justice that hates hypocrisy. Yeah, a justice that is fully established, rooted in the earth. That kind of justice. The stuff that permeates, whether you're in prison or you're free. That kind of gut justice. Yeah. Oh, God. It's furious. I love it. It's furious. Let's watch a clip of Bob, people. Hello, Lucifer. Give me the clip.
What matters to me is the facts that are in this book that I have dedicated my life to studying.
We get that.
Right?
May I ask just an obvious question? What is tattooed on your head?
Oh, my goodness. Bob, that's the point the devil was making.
I can't see it. I can't see it. What is it?
Read it, Bob.
Well, I can't read it.
Read it.
It says Medea.
That's Greek, Bob.
And why is it there?
Mattia. She was so well known in antiquity, the first Christ, that she was known all the way from the Black Sea to Spain. Imagine being that popular in antiquity.
Why was she
That's
so popular?
Difficult because of what she could do with the Christing drugs.
No. You leap from Medea to Christ.
She was the first Christ.
Wait a minute.
Historically.
You're not telling me what she did. What did she do?
What did she do? Like, what was her job?
Huh?
She was the Queen of Babylon.
Queen of Babylon.
Yes.
The fountain of all witchcraft, Babylon.
The Medes.
Babylon the Great is fallen. I'm sure you know those words.
Yes, you're right.
Babylon, the symbol of ultimate evil.
The witchcraft, the sorcery, the porneia.
And that's
very central.
And that's basically what you have on your head.
Not basically, that is what I have on my head.
And you think we can have a reasonable dialogue? You really think that?
Why does that mean we can't?
I think this is fascinating.
I turned to Danny, did you notice? I just wanted people to notice. I turned to Danny there in the end to give me some kind of understanding on why this was disqualifying. Right. It's amazing. It's amazing. But this is the Bacchic practice, people. You bring the mirror. The mystery allows you to show someone exactly who they are. It's gorgeousness and gorgiosity all rolled up in one silky smooth. God, love it. Seems like Bob was trying to Christ you. He did. He tried. It's in one of these clips. He did try to Christ me. People, notice the disregard. I know a lot of you are saying, hey, what's with all the ad hominem attacks? Right? I noticed the ladies at the brothel were thrown out. Right? Oh, he's not really this expert. He's not really. Right? That's what's so funny. The thing that separates us from them is the expertise. And you don't got it. Now it's my job to bring it to you. Do you understand? It's my job. Danny has the most powerful weapon on the planet. Somebody sent him the page in Nonus that uses the term antidote for what Jesus was taking on the cross. Right? Somebody sent it to him and said, holy shit, look, here it is. Oh my God, it's right there, right? Verified. I told you, people. I told you. It's just a matter of time. Now, Danny can take that weapon and can present it to the people who want to come into the arena and wrestle. Right? Isn't that gorgeous? It's not me saying anything. It's the sources. And that's what he's already done with Euripides. All right. You talk about Danny. You know what Danny's doing? He's out there. He's out there spreading classical wisdom like a Pythagorean nerd. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And you love it. And by the way, thanks everybody for being, telling Danny what was on your mind. You know what I mean? Telling what you liked or what you disliked, right? Just giving the feedback. All hail the sources and the text. You're right. That's all you need. See, you don't need any philosophy. You don't need any belief. You don't need any ism, right? You just use your reason and you look at the evidence. That's gorgeous. If you don't think life is beautiful at that point, right? How do you think we get there to the point of defending from that genocide? How do you think we get there? We forgot who was that? Somebody was getting, weren't they? Are they going to set up apartments there? What's going on? We forgot, didn't we? We did. I don't know how, but we did. It's that blood. It seems to wash off so easily, but it doesn't. You watched Bob. You watched him and you learned who he was as the mirror was held in front of his own face. What is the Bacchic chant? You have no idea who you are. Right? Fantastic. Oh God, if you don't eat that fruit, I am going to. Right? This is just the beginning, people. This is just the beginning. Danny has the weapons. Right? He barely needs me. Right? I have to keep it somehow. I have to keep the stuff to myself. Right? Or else he's going to, oh my God. And that's a good thing. Why? Because it's not me. It's not my ideas. These are texts, people, that you cannot ignore. It's evidence. It's evidence, Your Honor. Admissible in the cosmic court. Oh, God. I love it. Give me another clip of Bob, and then I want to comment. No, one more clip of Bob. Let's see. We got a lot of these. Go. People are going to be like, look, I saw this. Stop playing it.
He doesn't want to talk about the Bible because he can't.
Okay.
Just like the people at Harvard
I
can't.
am
What is a
not-
Christ, Bob?
You know,
How was Medea the first Christ? Can you explain how Medea was a Christ?
Diodorus Siculus, the historian, comes along. And
I
he says,
told you
"This is what
if there
Medea
were
did.
any
She
more ad
Christed."
hominem arguments, we would be done.
You just talked about my tattoos. You're
Okay.
such a hypocrite, just like the Christians
no,
everywhere.
but you didn't
A
deny
lover
what I
of
said
lies.
about you.
What if I picked out your ears and I said, "You
Why
bigoted
don't you,
bastard"? You take it personally, Bob.
Why don't you let me say a prayer?
You can say a prayer all you want.
I would like
I'm not
to.
restricting you.
I would like to say a prayer.
Please.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Please.
Let's say a prayer.
And I would like to put some holy oil on you when I pray.
You can take that holy oil and shove it in your ass, Bob. I'm not one of your victims.
Wait a minute. What'd you just say?
I'm not one of your victims.
No, that's
you want
not-
to hit me
no,
with
just
your
before
cross,
that.
you
What did you- what did-
psychologically abusive.
Why is the holy
Wait a
water
minute,
psychologically
wait a minute.
abusive?
Wait, what did you just I say I could
said-
do with this?
She
you
said
can
put
shove
the
it up.
water
I
where the
said
sun
you
doesn't
can-
shine.
Do you
can shove
know
it.
what this is a symbol of?
I think it's a symbol of your
Of the Holy
desire
Spirit.
to invade my space, weirdo.
And you said I could
What's
shove
the
it
word?
where?
What's the word for Holy Spirit? What's the word for Holy Spirit, Bob?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. There were certain things that were said that should not have been said. Do you understand? Oh, right in front. Right in front is what you need to do, people. Right? When you are that gadfly, when the times have forced you to become the gadfly, and that is the only way to walk, then you know what you have to do. You know what you have to do, right? Some people were calling it absolutely correct. Now, I thought I was being a lot more polite. He was pretty dismissive there. I wanted to go ahead and add the comment that he asked about Medea. And I just wanted to say she was Christing, right? As a matter of fact, you could say she's the earliest reference, right? The earliest historical figure that we know that was Christing, Medea, right? You can go pre-Homeric on this, right? Because you can talk about Aphrodite and Christing in Homer, or you can talk about Odysseus and Christing in Homer. But we know that the epics of Medea preceded all of Homer's stuff. So when Diodorus Siculus, the historian, tells us about her Christing and what she did, that's the reference that I'm talking about. I'm talking about who is the earliest person in history we know who's actually doing this, and it's Medea. And it's in the context of her creating a religious purgation that involves getting everybody in the city high. Fantastic. Fantastic, right? Christing. Love the Christing. You either read the text or you don't. That's right, baby. That's right. That's right. Danny is doing what every lover of the Renaissance does. They see that information and it does what it does, man. I'm serious. It opens you up and everybody has a personal experience with it. You know what I mean? People respond differently, and see how people respond and to what areas of classical antiquity that they really, they just pick up on people. Where do you think all this art is coming from in the first place? Where do you think all the math and everything comes from? Right? And somebody's going to say, those Babylonians, they knew how to calculate the stars. Yeah, they knew how to do it because of a Greek woman. Well, it's questionable her entire lineage. She could also be Libyan as well. And some people said Egyptian. And by the way, the question, this is interesting. The question of Medea, Lady Babylon's ethnicity, is not something new. They questioned it in antiquity because some people said, no, she's Libyan. But then what about her connections to the Greek royalty? How is that? She's got to be part, right? She's got to have some ancestors in there. What does her lineage say, right? Daughter of Eetes, son of Helios, right? She's one of those that they called the granddaughters of the sun. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? That's gorgeous. Oh, the okay. Anyway, where was I? We were with, let's just bring back, wait, we can't get this away. We're talking about Lady Babylon. So her practices ultimately lead to what you and I call Bacchic religion. And it's very much her fingerprint all over the place, dude. Just because of the drugs. Just because of the drugs. You know, Nero's private physician, dude. You know, when he's got his list out, he's got his theriac out, he's not mentioning anybody but Medea, bro. Right? Oh, God. Those connections to the drug use are fantastic, right? Okay, let's get going. Give me another clip of Bob. Hurry up. We got too many clips of Bob tonight. Give me another one, yeah.
I have a question from the devil. The devil keeps telling me, Bob, he keeps telling me, yeah, but the problem is Bob has never read the Bible. I tell my seminary students the first day of class, you've never read the Bible, and they all give me a dirty look, Bob.
Well, I know where you're going with this.
They all give me a dirty look. Well, let me go there. Well, I'm a classical philologist.
Why go there? I know
Bob,
where you're going.
This is why the Harvard people won't come. I am a classical philologist.
I know what you are. Watch the videos.
And you have never read the Bible. Tell me what a Christ is.
Okay.
What is a Christ?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Because you don't know, Bob.
No. Wait a minute.
What is a Christ?
Wait a minute. I did not agree.
How is he supposed to believe? If you don't know what a Christ is or what a gospel is, that's why the people at Harvard
and I will either get up and walk out of here.
Okay, why? Because cowardice?
About it. I'm just going to get up and leave. You're not going to get up and leave anything, Bob. You're going to wish you had never done this, Bob. You knew it was right. You knew it was right not to, Bob. Oh, my God. What did you do? Just look at the comments, which, by the way, there's so many. It's hard to read, right? It's hard to read, which is absolutely the best thing ever, right? Today, what did I do today when it came out? I thought, oh, great. It's doing well. Fantastic. We'll get the word out, right? People will get it. Fantastic. And then I looked at the comments and I went, holy shit, there's a lot of comments. So I just started reading comments. I didn't get to see any of the other parts of the video because I was just reading comments all day. And I realized in doing it, something got through to me. And I realized I have an obligation. We have an obligation to do what's right and to bring that muse forward and to give people the real. We have an opportunity to push back the darkness. Do you understand? And it's going to start with her. It's going to start with that muse, right? Can't be bought, can't be sold. You can't ride this train, buddy. You cannot ride this train without purity. Bob's talking about wanting to put oil. What do you want to oil me up for, you weirdo? Did you ever think of that? People, there's lots and lots of kids that were stripped down naked and oiled by creepy exorcists. You know what Bob is? Bob is a modern form of what they did then. And what they did then was, and you can read about this, by the way, right? They wrote about what they did in their ceremonies, right? Don't read a modern work on it. Go back and look at the sources. Strip them naked, starve them, strip them naked, oil them top to bottom. And when they become embarrassed, you tell them, Jesus had to be naked on the cross, kid. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. And then you present them with the fires of temptation. Listen, Timmy, if you can say no through this process, you're good as gold. Fires of temptation. Apply those fires of temptation, exorcist. Can you do it? What happened? I think Bob peed in his shorts or something. Give me that one. He was upset. I don't know. Maybe he had a bad day or something. Life in the bliss lane. Thank you, by the way, even though misogynistic bomb called the Divine Mother a whore. In Hindu tradition, this word is good, right? In Hindu tradition, Aman, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, in Tamil, that it has the Tamil there, translates to mother and is often used as an honorific for goddess figures, particularly in South India. Temple worship, fantastic. Aman is manifestation of the divine feminine. I like that. Embodying nurturing, protective, and fierce qualities. Don't get in this single dad's way. You know what I got going on? I've been raising kids. I've been raising 2 of them since they were babies by myself. Yeah, by myself. Some people stepped in along the way to try to help things out, but they ended up taking advantage. So I can honestly say I am very, very excited when anybody says any kind of maternal thing about me, because that's one of my expertises. You see, I learned at that bar something. I learned about communication, and I learned through Aphrodite that women are fonts, and if you know how, you can have the water. Yeah, it's a resource, people. So what did Dummy do when he was raising his kids by himself? What did he do? He found out. He found out from them. They educated him. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. Anywho, back from that bio trip. Give me the next one. Life in the bliss lane. Yeah, here. Monist religions are, listen, people with pantheons just love varied expressions of divinity and nature. Monists are the ones who invent nemesis, who invite nemesis, right? Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. That's, yeah. Give me the next one. One more comment. Let's see what these are. Let's see what people think. This is Diosa. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing your name, Diosa. Diosa Madre. Are you maybe it's I'm saying something. I don't know if that was good. No, let's assume it is. It's gotta be divine, something divine, Diosa, right? Mother of God, we'll say. Just because a discussion or debate didn't happen the way anyone was expecting, the beauty of this interaction is that it illuminated how Bob exploits people's trauma, culture, and spirituality for entertainment value and personal monetary gain. Amen exposes the abuse of the ages through his unadulterated translations, does it in an entertaining way, and refuses to accept a penny for it. The only form of payment Amen accepts is the shackles that had your soul bound. Oh, that is gorgeous, right? Look at this. He doesn't even bring beliefs into any of it. He literally just sticks to the script and the sources the devil people are selling their souls to is monist organized religion. Satan, the accuser, is simply accusing the scumbags of being scum. And he has all the supporting evidence to boot. Amen is the Antichrist, and he has courageously embraced his destiny of ushering in the apocalypse. It's brilliant. Do you have eyes to see, or do you have too much Christ in your eyes mucking up your vision? I love that. Diosa. Oh, God. Oh, listen, people. Do you see the glorious light that the dawn brings? Do you see the chance that we have to roll back the monist darkness? People understand it. They can see it. This is allowing us to view what's invisible. And I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep doing that because you're perverts and you love it. You know what I mean? I mean, isn't that what it's really all about, Chewy? Right? We wouldn't be here unless we were all perverts. Psychic quantum perverts. Yeah, you're a pervert too, Chewy. Fantastic. Fantastic. Chewy says, yay, perverts. Now, what was that? Hail somebody. It's a Luciferian Renaissance. I love that. Right? Hail Sibylle. Oh, God. You betcha. You betcha. Let's get one more clip. Do you have one more clip of Bob? And then let's move on. And I'm going to throw in a little surprise for you that's just surprised me as much as it's going to surprise you. I'm going to give you something on the inside. Is everybody buckled in? Because this is going to surprise you. And I'm going to lay it in there like, smooth. Okay, I'm just going to give it to you smooth. Okay, you're not going to see it coming. Okay, fantastic. Give me one more clip, Chewy.
So your life has been better since you left Christ?
Oh, God, if you can't find Aphrodite, right? Christianity blocks you from Aphrodite, right? And that's a whole part of existence, the Great Mother. That's why you can't worship a Great Mother in Christianity.
Why can't you worship? Is that true? You can't worship a Great Mother?
Well, this could get rather interesting. I've been to Ephesus. I've seen the statues of Aphrodite, which is this goddess with multiple breasts.
That's Artemis.
That's Artemis, but it's also Aphrodite.
No, it's not. Artemis is a virgin. Artemis is a virgin.
They're basically interchangeable.
No. You have sex in the temple of Aphrodite. That's okay. That's a big distinction. You can't say Artemis
with the pendulent breast hanging from her.
Yes, Artemis.
Right. Okay. Let's get it. Do you see the stumbling with the details, right? Makes for a questionable. There's a big difference in the text between the two, right? You're talking about two main cultural magnets who are invisible divinities that are drawing history, like magnetic lines, you know what I mean? Sprinkle some iron out there and I don't know, put some current in that, see what happens. Bam, you've got the electric guitar, which will free us. It'll free us, you know what I mean? Can you taste that Bacchic power, that self-recognition? It's what the mirror is for that is being presented. Do you understand? Oh, God. It's the religion, right, people? Do you see how it's a natural thing? It's not a creed or this is written on stone tablets and these stone tablets are captured the same. Whoo! No, absolutely not. This is what music teaches, right? None of this stuff is my idea. This is all from the text, people. These are real people. And these are people that ultimately you are the offspring of. And they're watching you. You know what the Greeks said? These people are watching you right now. Right now. Can you imagine? That's why I get weirded out when I'm taking a shower and I'm like, who's that? Look over my shoulder. It's the greatest generation. It's the greatest generation. It's all those hardcore people that fought in tanks. Yeah. And they're all like, you bunch of... It's not complimentary. You figure out why. Oh, God. Hail the goddess. Exactly. Okay, give me, we'll do that extra clip in the end. There's something coming, though, look, people wanted to talk about Bob, and I want everybody to know. Look, at least Bob had the courage that the head of Dallas Theological Seminary didn't. The Greek program, anyway, Daryl Bach, right? At least Bob had the courage to come forward. Now, Bob had stipulated he wasn't going to talk to me or anything, right? Right? So he didn't want to in the first place. Right? Now, Bob had some intelligence. He did have some intelligence on me. Yeah. He went to Gnostic for it. Thank you for coming tonight. Let's look at some friggin' sources, baby. Hit it. Give them to me. This is what they can't do. Lace dye. What are we talking about? Lace dye here. Oh, here's a new one. Greg. Here's Greg, the theologian. Greg, the theologian. What's he say? There are these dudes, dude, and they're always messing around with drugs. The kind that you really are talking about. You enjoy. These are lace dye, man. These are people who come into your bedroom, baby, and steal what you got. They are master craftsmen in mania. All right? But their wisdom, it's not a wisdom of prudence. Right? They're mechanisms. They aren't prudent. They are mechanisms for the sake of Aphrodite. They are mechanisms for that intercourse. Give it to me. And you know what these lace dye are always doing, baby? They're polythoroi. These people go on the seas with their trafficking. They ruin everything, dude. They destroy everything. Who are these people? These are friggin' Cretans. These friggin' unjust Cretans, Who among the Cretans knows justice? The answer is nobody. 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 Do you have connections with Lydia? Do you have connections with Lydia, Paul? Is that where you're getting the purple? Right? He discovered it with the lightning, baby. Blew him off his horse, right? Oh, God. People are so funny. You're so ready to believe a fairy tale. It's just, that voice in the back of your head, it's been there with you ever since you were a kid. It's been there, and it said, this is Jesus in a public park with a naked kid, man. What are you going to do? Your reason is going to kick in. It's been there when you were little. I know it was. I raised 2 kids by myself, man. It's been there. Yeah. Yeah. Except for, like I say, when a couple of people try to take advantage of us. Which is bad. People are bad, and mother bears are very defensive. That's why I told Bob when he left, I said, Bob, don't touch her, right? The first thing he did when he came in there, and I use it because I know I'm walking around with Chewy, right? I know. I watch what you do with your eyes. You didn't know that mother bears did that? Yeah, we watch what you're doing with your eyes. Keep your hands off, Bob. Do you understand the gods that we serve? Yeah, there's no church for you. All right? They're in everything. Yeah, love it. Oh, I love it. I love that background too, Chewy. Thank you so much. It captures it. Yep, give me the next one. Let's do a couple more sources. Oh, people, I am ashamed that I've never told you about Herodian, and this guy is a grammarian who's working for Marcus Aurelius, right? So you got to realize at the time of Marcus Aurelius, under people like Galen and Herodian, there's a renaissance of Greek, and the old Attic that's at its peak is kind of attracting. People are they're attracted back to that language. It's beautiful. I want you to look at the third line in here. The highlighted part is pharmaka, of course. And I just want you to see the word to the left of it, blapsifrona. Do you know what that means? It means that which strikes your brain. These are drugs that strike your brain. And what is your brain? It's your midriff. Can you feel it? It's your midriff. It's that center of you that is going to bring your sanity. And these drugs are going to shake that sanity. Right? Oh, fantastic. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. These are mind. They didn't say mind altering. They said mind slapping. Mind slapping drugs. You need some mind slapping drugs, right? Did you know that mind slapping drugs were a part of medicine? Look at the word here, people. If you don't believe me, pharmaka, right? And then other references. Look at the reference under A is the Orphic hymns, 77. Yeah. The Orphic hymns. You mean they're using old religious mystery hymns? Yes. This is mystery religion terminology. Fantastic. Give me the next one. These are mind smackers. Smack my mind, baby. You haven't ever told her that? Oh, next time tell her, smack my mind. Look at number 2. Oh, here. This is an interesting word, right? Iaios. Iaios, right? You don't pronounce those vowels as a diphthong. Iaios. And what does it mean? It's the invocation of the cry, right? Iepaion, right? That cry of Apollo. Right? You are invoking the power of that healing God. And what kind of reaction do you get? Mournful, grievous. Wait, I thought you said he's the healing God. Yes, right. He's also the God of what? Medicine. And what does the medicine cult do? Look at the second line. Ie as eos. Right? Ewios. Ewios, right? From Eos, right? Oh, God. Fantastic. You know how the oi and the I in those shouts, like ey, is what she shouts, right? Oh, God. Who shouted that? Who do you think did? The Ewa, right? Why? Because she was ewadzoing. And what is that? It's worshiping Bacchus. Go back to that definition, because there was one little thing hanging there. And I only have a couple of these people, but there was something a little fun here for you hanging. Look what's going on. Second line, from Ewoi, right? And but also associated with Iaomai. I wanted to make sure that you kept the connection with the healing cult. Remember, this is healing cult, and they tell you hence applied to Asclepius, God of healing. Right? God of healing. You cannot separate the religious rites from the medicine. And the drugs are just ubiquitous. They're always in them, right? Medical, it doesn't matter. What kind of treatment was that? Well, they were casting out demons, right? They were Christing. What is that? Is that medical? Yes. Is it religious? Yes. Is it drugging? Yes. Fantastic. Give me the next one. Oh, God. Hail. Oh, you could have kept that up there. You don't have to say hail Omina. Hail Apollo, Hecate, Medea. There you go. That's something worthy. Oh, God. And Athena. Don't forget the Virgin, right? Don't forget the Virgin. Fantastic. People, look at the pharmacon in the middle of this. This is Herodian, and he's the grammarian who's trying to, I told you that, he's trying to reform the language under Marcus Aurelius. And you're like, this is the Roman imperial circle? Yeah, you didn't know they were all total Greek fanatics, did you? Right? You didn't know. Well, there you go. Right? It's the intelligence of the time. The intelligence, they know. It's wrapped up in the tech, and the tech is the language. Love it. Just look at the pharmacon there, and I want you to see the eos next to it. He's just talking about the iota, and is going through a whole bunch of different words with the iota in it, like iambos and whatnot. Anyway, it talks about sometimes some are nouns, some are verbs, right? Beautiful. I want you to look right in the middle in the capital letters, Iesus. Right? What is that? That is Jesus. And what's the comment that he puts right after that? Ieios. Now, satanic congregation, I want you to sit there, and I want you to realize for the first time in human history what the name Jesus is. Right there. Nobody's given it to you. I gave it to you. I gave it to you. You're welcome. I didn't give it to you. Herodian gave it to you. Oh, God. Yeah, he's the one, right? Thank you, Herodian. Oh, I love your sexy talk there with the language. Give me the next one. Yeah, I know. We just gave it to you, people. The name of Jesus. Ah, do you see? Next time your relative comes up and says, I think you should go to church, you tell them, I got the name of Jesus from the devil, you asshole. Love it. Give me the next one. Praise the music. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, people, because look, this is just her material. It's just sitting here, right? It's just sitting here. Gorgeous. This is more definitions. I just wanted you to notice. Oh, this is just so you can see Medea. She's there. She's there. And if you read these little definitions in there, they're basically like walking you through roots. And you learn a lot. It's a great thing. If you are a New Testament scholar and you have never read any of these lexicography works from antiquity, you have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. Well, people, I use these on my students. I started to. Sharpening. Giving them these, what's the difference between this and that? Well, okay, he's going to explain it to you. Great. Give me the next one. You see what happens in the dojo? I wanted you to see smile-loving Aphrodite. Oh, God. She is a Mayrox, people. Now, I tell people this all the time. I say, when you talk about those who are gods, you're talking about what you and I consider to be young people. Are you serious? Yeah, she's a Mayrox. You know what Aphrodite is? She's a Mayrox. Give me the next one. Let's see the definition here. What is a Mayrox? Well, it's a young girl, or as the Victorians tell us, a lass. A lass. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Give me the next one. Can we get even younger than that? Yep. We can get a Meraculion, which is that diminutive, right, of Merakion. Now, they give us stripling here. So, once again, we're kind of stuck because you and I don't go around talking about striplings. Anybody seen a stripling lately? I don't know, Chewy. What the hell is a stripling? Right? But this is a diminufied form of a young girl. Yeah. Do you understand? Now, what is the measurement here? What is the God? The God is in the bloom. The God is in the bloom. Guess what? That bloom is puberty. Not kidding you. Not kidding you. Yeah. Okay. So when I tell people, and this always shocks people, I would go to talks and talk like this, conferences. I went to papers and said this. Your gods are too old. They're all teenagers. They're all teenagers. They're in the bloom. Fantastic. What do you think that ambrosia is for? Right? How do they get there? They drink the ambrosia, people. Do you know we've got oh, God. I wasn't supposed to tell them. No, I'm not, because they'll be like, what? Oh, my God. The drugs, people. I told you you'd love the drugs. Just wait for these bozos who don't actually read Greek to catch up with this. They're going to love it. You're getting it early. You just got the secret name of Jesus. You're welcome. Satanic congregation, do you have anything to say to me to say thank you very much for the secret name of Jesus? I'm waiting. I'm going to wait. I'm getting the whip. I'm getting the whip, because if you don't say what I want you to say, I'm going to have to teach you how to say exactly what the script says. I love the drugs. That's a nice comment, but was that Reverend Cush? Of course he likes the drugs. Oh, my God. There's it. Okay. I think it said dizzy. Get that off there. I think it said dizzy. Fantastic. Thank you. Oh, they do? What was I going to spank? I don't care anymore. I'm going to spank them for something. Listen to me, people. I'm giving you all of this information, but I'm trying to be very serious. I'm trying to be very, very serious. It can go to an extreme when you have something and people don't want to receive it. It's war. And we have struck the blow that none of them will forget. This is the time, people, to go forward. Do you understand me? The head of Dallas Theological Seminary's Greek program, Daryl Bach. I'm calling him out. He wouldn't stand your champions' fear, Amen. There's a reason. There's a reason. And she's invisible. Yeah, love it, love it. So sexy. Give me the next one. Oh, God, I'm starting to get narcissistic, people. Somebody help me. Give me the next one. Nemesis will bring me down. Show them your, yeah, there we go. Here we go, people. What is that, cognac? Oh, it's slowed up now. Yeah. Excellent. Pharmakon. Look, people, here's Herodian. And what did I want you to do? I wanted you to look at the word that comes before pharmakon. And you'll see there it's deleterion. You can hear the English deleterious, right? It's one of the classifications of drugs. And by the way, there's a comos. Oh, and for those of you who aren't crapulent, right? It's an alpha iota. That's why the person who was looking for it didn't find it, right? But it's there. There's a lot of words for intoxication, and they have very different kinds of meanings, very specialized kinds of, they focus on one side of the intoxication. And here we have the komos, which everybody knows is methe and hypnos, right? Right? A lot of drinking and sleeping. You mean you can be methylated and be in a drowsy, sleepy state? Yeah, it's going to be pure comedy, baby. It's going to be pure comedy. These mind plastering, brain bashing drugs that want to slap your psyche, they're categorized very carefully. The technology here is overwhelming to you and I, right? And I think even a modern day pharmacologist could look at this and say, wow, they certainly knew a lot more about mixing and the making and the, 60 different ingredients. My God, man, give me the next one. It's absolutely, nature's so incredible. Why wouldn't it be this gorgeous, right? To all the Christians who want the world to be ugly, why? Look at the second to last line, iatrikon pharmakon, right? What kind of drugs can you have? You can have those deleterious ones. You can also have those that are iatric. So ones that are employed specifically in medicine, right? By physicians. Literally, it's by physicians, used by the physicians. Fantastic. I just wanted you to see how specific they are with their drugs and their drug types, right? Their antidotes, very specific stuff. I just want you to see here that the pharmakos is the goes. Guys. What is that, guys? Can you enter into a chord that brings us all to morning? Can you give us some kind of musical leadership that brings us morning? Morning, not as in good morning, but morning as in boo-hoo, somebody died. Do you have a strain of music that can do that? It's called the dithyram. And it is part of threnos, that wailing tradition. Wailing songs, threnody. Right? You understand threnody? Oh, God. these Greeks were doing what? Yeah, and this is all coming from division of strings, bro. Division of strings with a guy going, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, right? Now, I got to go to my boat to Persia because I want to get high. Yes, do you understand? Do you understand what makes Pythagoras Pythagoras? Dude is high all the time. He travels just to find drugs. Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of the reason he's such a good physician, too. Right? You thought Pythagoras was a teacher of geometry. No, he was a physician. Because he knew his drugs. With the right drugs, I can do wonders to you. Absolute wonders. Love it. You know what we'll do? We'll get that theriac going. Who doesn't want the theriac? You know what I mean? Somebody should find that pharmacon. Yeah, somebody should find it. Give it to me. Is that why they put that up there? Chewy, you are naughty. You are. I agree with whoever said that. Yeah, that is. There's a naughty streak. Yes, definitely. But you know what I think? I think the naughtiness, that gadfly behavior, I think that's a necessary and healthy, requirement for life. I think it is. So here to everyone out there with the naughty streak, those are the people who found it. Wait, we have one more clip of Bob. Give me that one last clip of Bob. Do you have that? And we'll talk about it. We got one more. Chewy wanted a lot of these. Give me.
You realize he can't read this book. You realize he can't read this. This is great, Bob. Would you like to translate for us? Here's the Bible. It's the Bible, Bob. The devil told me to do this. It's the Bible, Bob.
He thinks the devil's talking to him, Bob.
Watch people. Look at your audience.
He's
Bob,
not talking. He's manifesting demons.
You don't want
He's manifesting demons.
You don't want to play this, Bob. Don't let Danny show the world that you cannot read the fucking Bible. You flim-flamming. That's from the devil. He said,
not from him.
Make sure and get the flim-flamming. Make sure and get the flim-flamming. And he said something about the incubus in your wife,
You're digging your hole deeper, Armin. You really maybe should stop.
Oh, God. You're afraid.
I do have a question.
They're afraid.
The people,
they're afraid.
We're doing this to learn. I think we're learning a lot.
May I?
Don't you love Danny? I love Danny, right? He's trying. You see him? He's working. He's like trying to keep it. It's like there's something about to explode, and he's like, wait, let's keep it. No, keep it. That was the only reason that we stayed there and talked. So I'm not doing anything else, baby. I'm working with Danny from now on. He knows that there's a journalistic angle here, and he knows that there's some real history going on, and something that means something, and that makes Iron Danny. I love him. I love him. Yeah. I wanted people to see that when they're connected with the actual text, that they can't stick around. They just can't. Next time that we get together with Danny and whoever accepts the challenge from the New Testament scholars community or whoever they bring in, we'll be ready with the weapons of the Renaissance. And this is the real beauty. This is the real beauty. It's not about getting. It's about giving. Give me the next one. Thank you. Give me the next one, Danny. Thank you for being what is that? Did you put something up? Give me the next one. Go. Boom. Thanks, Chewy. Okay, let's get through a couple of serious ones with some really good meat on the bones, and then I'll let you go about your way on this gorgeous Friday night. Oh, God, to the people in Saturday over in Australia, shout out to the people. Excellent. This is more Herodian. I wanted you, oh, no, that's the last one. Give me the next one. That was telling you the pharmakos is the goes, right? Is the one who is able to enter you into the music of mourning, able to take you across that death right? Into that vision. This is, did people actually practice this? Yeah, there's a whole book of the Odyssey just dedicated to this. It's fantastic. It's right after the sexy one with Circe. Oh God, I tell you, those, I don't know. It's just the perfect time and place and climate to produce the perfect women. Oh, gorgeous. Knowing you're out there, it makes me, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's like you have a potential. It's gorgeous. If they would just know that it's the why, right? It's broken. Give me the sorcerer. This is the ghost wizard, right? Juggler. Why are they jugglers, right? Notice right after this is Danos, right? Ghost Kai Pharmakeus. Who are the dangerous ones, right? These dangerous ones of these wizards, these drug users, dude. Right? These are the dangerous ones. Because they had power over life and death. And when you can see somebody brought back to life again, oh, you think Jesus was the first clown to do that? You really think he was the first clown to do that? Why don't we show you? You know what I mean? Okay. What's the verb goao? What does it really mean? It means to groan, weep, or to bewail. To groan. And look at all those old examples from the Iliad. This is an old word, man. Right? Those are old. Those sorcerers are old. They go way back. Why? Because their drugs go way back. Right? The tech that is the art of the sorcery is the drug. For people who say, hey, is there a connection between drugs and music? Oh my God. Are you serious? Music evolved from the drugs. Those lyric guitar players. What do you think they were doing? Oh, God. People are surprised when they see the philosophers were all on drugs. Right? I'm telling you, I have a manual, people. You want to see famous Romans who are on drugs? I've got a manual, Scribonius Largus, and he talks about all the emperors and their different drug habits. Fantastic. Not all of them. He talks about a few of the emperors, but, Okay. Thank you. Give me that next one. What is this one? Oh, people who are love to be baptized, right? Remember, the baptizing is dying. Mary Purple Fingers will tell you that, but here, baptizing and the drugs are directly correlated. Okay? Baptizing, a drug process. Okay? If they perceived, give me the next one, if they perceived a change in the individual's mental status, then the dye was a brain slapper. Do you understand? Fantastic. Baptizing. You thought baptizing was, didn't you? You thought John had a little pool with, it's going to go in the Jordan River. It's going to go in the Jordan River and everybody's going to be baptized and come up. Excuse me. Why is John's cup shaped like a penis? It really bothers me. Dude needs to wear some underwear too. Seriously. Why all the eunuch boys with the Baptists? Nobody ever asks this, people. This is going to be one of our questions to the theologians. So for you theologians, I'll give you this one right now, right? Because next time you're not going to be like Bob, right? You're going to be just civil and decent people, right? That's what I anticipate. Right? And so what are we going to do? We're going to look at those individual cases. Go back to that one. Hang on. Wait, which was hit that one again. The baptism that you think that you know is a non-existent unreality in antiquity. It doesn't exist. And the sexual side of baptism, You don't know it. You don't know the side of it that has to do with the drug trade either. You don't know that either. You don't know why they're using it in the temple, do you? You don't know why it's in Mary's hoo-ha, do you? Yeah, it is. It is. It burns. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, God. And people say it's the other type of burning because you don't know how to read Greek and you don't know the difference between active and middle. Oh, God. No, you don't. You pretend to, but you haven't had this reinforced with tons of Greek. So that's what makes it difficult. Oh, the beauty within. Right? We're going to stop that. Everybody knows that? Satanic congregation. We don't have to go there anymore. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Let's just make progress forward. People, what are these giant machine gun bullets that are coming at us? Right? These are the weapons, people. I'm showing you. I'm showing you these weapons. Ooh, I see Gomorrah there in the bottom, and I see Goetia. I see the word in the second line from the bottom, Goetia. That's what the Goes does. That's the practice of his art, Goetia. And what is that the equivalent of, according to these lexicographers? Mageia. Do you understand? Mageia. Wait, no, I need that one. Go ahead, blow it up. And of course, that Mageia is magic. Look at the third line in, and I want to read it to you. To sperma kai to teknon goneus hopater gonea he genesis. Gonorrhea. No, I'm sorry. They didn't spell it like Galen does. Gonorrhues. Horoen. Spermatos. Noson. Oh, do you like that? Do you like that? Yeah, it's not. It's ancient, not modern. Right? What does it say, by the way, with the gonorrhea? It says that it's a running of your seed when you're sick. You know what I mean? When the seed runs. When you're sick, and your seed shouldn't be running in the first place, right? Only under certain conditions do you want your seed to run. And when it runs by itself, something's wrong. Something's wrong. You've got gonorrhea. I just wanted to look, people. It's sitting right there. Magic and gonorrhea. And somehow we end up in Gomorrah. I knew those guys. I told him, I said, we got to stop in Pompeii and get some medicine. You know what I mean? Before we get there, because something's going to happen. Give me the next one. Is it true? Is it true? People, look at the word pharmacon at the end. I just want to see deleterian again, but I want to see it on the line underneath it. They're distinguishing that from olethrion. These are these are two words that in English you can translate them both as destructive. Destructive, right? But the difference of destruction is what's the subtle difference in meaning underneath, right? Deleterian is just to wipe out, right? To take something off completely, just wipe it out. Olethrion is more like to degrade to the point of its destruction. It's an abusive. Olethrion is usually with an abusive process that degrades. Right? Yeah. Anyway, they're classifying drugs. They're classifying drugs on the basis of whether or not their actions are one or the other. Yeah. So it's a very, again, I'm telling you, just the preciseness. Oh, and people, this one I just wanted to show off Medea. People, just for anybody who, when I say things like Medea's song, don't be douche. Oh, did I just say that? I was going to say, don't be douchey. That's probably not acceptable, is it? I don't know. Probably is. Don't be douchey. And look at this, people. This is the Ta Yambea, those iambic verses of Medea. Those iambic verses of Medea. You remember, I told you, they said there was a song written on the fleece. Who should be writing iambic verse at the time, if not Medea? What is iambic verse? Oh, God, if you want to be lampooned, right? If you want to be lampooned, it's the form, it's the genre to use. There's an edge. There is an edge to it. This knife cuts deep. This verse cuts deep. Right? Okay, guess what? Medea is creating it. That right there was a record of her having written certain things. Composed, I should say, not written. Composed, because these are songs. Right? So, yeah, fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. Don't you love it? Don't you? It makes you wonder, why don't people see that before Homer had the Iliad and Odyssey, there were famous epic poets who wrote about Medea? Yeah. Before any of that stuff, before any of that Trojan War silliness, before any of that Odyssey with its epic return home. No, there was Medea. Yeah. I think we've been cheated. I think we've been romantically cheated. And in this simulation of life, they're hiding from us her perfection. Oh, God. It's hiding behind monism, which is a brain disease, you realize, right? Monism is a brain disease. Yes. Give me the next one. And I don't know why that always surprises people. People, if alcoholism is a disease, surely the alteration of monism is no different. Yeah. Certain people are predisposed. I noticed in my time of converting people to Christ, certain people are predisposed. Yeah. It's almost like it's not going to help you if this person is reasonable or follows logic or any of the natural principles that surround us. Yeah. Yeah. They're harder to convert, but you catch somebody in a situation, you know what I mean, where they're doing something that you can give blame to them. You've got some blame and you need to release this blame. Right? How do you save the soul of an asshole? That's what somebody needs to ask. How do you save the soul of an asshole? Give me the next one. More Medea. Give me the next one. I've got a couple of more. Those are just individual words. These are verses, people, that I wanted to read you tonight, and I want to end on these. This is from the Bible, and I saw a great white throne, and the one sitting upon it, right, whose face the earth and heaven fled. There was no place for them to be found. You mean Uranus and Gaia are ultimately put to flight in the apocalypse? Yes, because we are talking about Greek divinities. Are you surprised? We've got two more coming here. We've got death and Hades as well. So let's continue onwards, shall we? And I saw the dead, both the great and not so great. And they were standing in the face of the throne. This is not in the face of God. That's usually what the expression is. It's in the face of, or before the ops of the throne, before the visual field of the throne. For those of you who've been here for 2 years, you will sharpen your understanding with this. What happens before the ops? What happens? Oh, Chewie, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We're in the apocalypse and all of a sudden this Henry Cavill wannabe shows up and he's got, oh my God. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's life, man. I get it. Okay. Can he go? You can invite him back later. Thanks. Let's do some work now, Chewy. All right, here we go. Right. And what happens? Curse you. And he was standing before the throne, and the books were opened. And there was this other little book there. You know what I mean? And this little book was opened. It's the book of Zoe. And the dead were judged from the things written in the books according to whatever they did. And the sea gave up her dead. And the death itself and Hades gave up their dead. Now, by the way, that Thanatos and the Hades, those should both be capitalized. They don't capitalize Thanatos there. This is not the Prince capital font, and they should. Both Thanatos and Hades, right, gave up their dead, and each was judged according to their works, and death and Hades were thrown into the lake of fire. This is the second death, the lake of fire. Right? Whatever dude or dudette is not found in Zoe's book gets thrown into the lake of fire. Okay, so first thing we need to do is you need to realize I read that forward to backward. I read it forward to backward. Now, for all my great students, turn it around. Turn it around. You're welcome. You're welcome. I want you to see the transformation right in front of your eyes. It's a power of the language. It's a power of the language. And many of the Greek verses that you'll come across, you would expect to read from right to left. You would expect to. That's how they line up, right? Fantastic. Why do they do it? They do it on purpose, man. It's for emphasis. It's directional. It's circumstantial, right? Whatever they're hitting you with, in the order that they're hitting you with, in the glorious, glorious syntax that allows for that flexibility. Oh God, Mother Greek is sexy, people. She's absolutely sexy. I don't know what it is. But I want Mother Greek. I really do. Thank you, Chewy. I thank you, Chewy, by the way, for all the good artwork. Okay. Did you get something down there? Thank you, Chewy. Oh, yes. No, I saw that. I didn't want to. I've already talked about myself too much. I don't want to keep talking. Give me the next one. And we've got two more people. What happens then? After 1,000 years, people, Satan's going to be released from his prison. You notice I'm going backwards. Right. I'm reading this one forwards, but I've gone backwards narratologically. Yeah. Do I give a shit? No, I do not. And it's also good to exercise your Greek. And whenever, after this period, look, people, of this 1,000 years, Satan's going to be loose from his cage. And what's going to happen? He's going to come out and deceive. He's going to cause to wander. And this planesa here, nobody ever translates this thing properly because it's used by the druggies, by the pharmakoi, right? Those people are the ones who are employed in causing people to wander. It's not talking about, oh, God, this guy told me to go out in the desert and just walk around. Or, he told me I got lost on the way home from work. No, that's not what it is. And it's also not, as will be implied from your translations that suck anus, it'll be implied that it's a kind of wandering that's like mental. No, people. No, not at all. It is a wandering of the spirit that is engaged in the mystery. It is a wandering of the spirit that is engaged in the mystery when you go to the wilderness. Do you understand? Okay. Let's get to the chase. Look at 16. Look at 10. Kai ho diabolos. And the devil, ho planon, the one who is causing the planets, causing the wandering, what's going to happen? He gets thrown into the lake of fire. And it's not just lake of fire now, it's also lake of feu. It's lake of brimstone. Why? Because that sulfur is what is used for purification. Do you understand that what you thought hell was a purification process that engages drugs? And the whole time you were staring at it, you had no idea that the seals were drugs, the trochists were drugs. You had no idea that the beast was the theriac. You had no idea of the cup of porneia. You had no idea Christianity. And I walked into your temple, and the muse pulled it right out of your freaking hands and gave it to me. Yeah, I'm going to love this. I'm going to love getting into it with the New Testament people because they don't read their own damn works. Give that to me. I do. You're welcome. Danny, right on, buddy. Amen is the... why did we put that? Amen is the scariest hero. People, why do you think he said scariest there? It's not. Is it? What is it? What is it? I thought it was... No. Am I doing something wrong? It's not scary, is it? No, you know me. Of course it's scary because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come and visit you in your dreams. And if you don't think I can, it's your own ignorance. It gets in the way. I'll see you later. Thanks for coming tonight. Hail Satan.